Hi guys, welcome back. Now in this video I'm going to be making a classic rice dish known as pilau, and this is chicken pilau I'm making today. So in my saucepan here I've already de-skinned and washed one whole chicken, and to this I'm going to be adding 2 medium-sized onions. Let's get all the onions in. Next I'm going to be adding in 1 cup of just warm or cold water is fine. Okay, next I'm going to be adding 1 whole cinnamon bark here. If you don't have cinnamon to hand, that's fine. I just like the extra spices. Now for my spices in here, in my jar, I've got some peppercorns mixed in, I've got caraway seeds, and I've got whole here coriander seeds, yellow ones, in here. So now I'm going to be putting in 1, 2. So I've just put in 2 teaspoons of that, and that's again your choice. You can add more flavour. Right, next I'm going to be adding in 1 teaspoon of already crushed garlic and ginger. I'm going to add to this. Right, so this method that I'm using is a broth, and we also call it a yukni style. So you can either get your chicken and you can fry that with onions, and then you can add your rice in later. That's a very quick, easy way of making a pilau. Or this way simply, again, which I'm going to show you. So I'm going to leave this on a medium heat until the chicken gets cooked, and then I'll go back and I'll show you what we need to do. Right, now so for the spices that I already put into my saucepan, I want to show you for the pilau. It's called a mixed masala whole, and this is the packet that I have used. You can either get it ready made like this, or you can get individual spices and just add it in yourself. So I'm just going to give a quick show of the chicken pilau is nicely being cooked, the chicken, and that's just been under 10 minutes at present. So I'm going to come back again, give it another further 10 minutes to make sure the chicken is thoroughly cooked before we go to the next stage. Right, so for the chicken pilau, the chicken was done. So all I've simply done was I've separated the broth in a separate bowl. Now please be careful when doing so, because the liquid is absolutely hot. So that's the liquid broth mix in there. That was the chicken that I've separated into a separate bowl. Now the next stage, what we're going to be doing is in here, in my saucepan, I've already chopped up 3 medium-sized onions, and I'm going to add to this, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of oil, and I'm going to leave this on the stove until it gets golden brown, and then I'm going to show you what we do next. Right, so as you can see, I've added in the oil, and now all I'm going to be doing is just leaving this to get golden brown, and then before we add the chicken and so forth, and I'll tell you what we do next. Now for the onions, for the chicken pilau again, I'm going to be adding in 1 teaspoon of garlic and ginger paste to this. Let's give it a stir. And we're just making sure this gets golden brown, and then I'll come back again and I'll show you the next stage. Right, so now you can see for the pilau, the onions are nice and golden brown. I wouldn't suggest go any deeper than this, because obviously the rice colour would be very dark, but I don't like it that colour. So now what I've done is my chicken that we already had in our broth, I'm just going to add this in, give this a stir, and we want to cook this for at least 10 to 15 minutes further, just so it brings out more of the flavour. Right, so my chicken is nicely caramelized in here. Now before, when I showed you the broth, which is also known as a yukni, what I simply did was I drained the water and I just got rid of all the cinnamon and all that kind of the pulp, and all I've simply just going to use is the water. Now today I'm going to be making 4 glasses of rice. Now in here my measurement is 4 glasses of the water, and this is a cup size that I have used. So the remaining water to fill up, I'm going to be using from the kettle. So we're going to add this water in. So this is 4 in here, and that was from the yukni, and I just added a top up in there because it was just under 4. Okay, so now as I said before, to 4 glasses of rice, I'm only adding 7 glasses of water. So now in here I've added 1 less, so it's 3 in here now. Okay, and now to this I'm just going to be adding in 1 teaspoon of garam masala. And just give that a nice stir. There's your garam masala. There we are. Right, so that's the perfect point. So as you can see, the chicken with the water is nicely coming to the boil, and I'm going to be adding in my rice. Right, so I've just given that a stir. Now what you need to do is leave this on a high heat and until the water immensely evaporates. But before you put it on a low heat, you need to make sure that a little bit of water is left in to simmer, and then you put the heat low and then just cover it, and I'll show you at the end. Okay, so now that the water's in with the rice, I'm going to be adding in 3 teaspoons of salt. And don't forget, because we already added salt in our the broth part, and then obviously with the chicken, so we don't want to get too salty. And you can give yourself a taste test, and if you want to add more salt, that's again your personal preference. And there we are. So now I'm just going to let this do. There we go. And then we're going to reduce it down on the heat once the water's quite evaporated. Right, as you can see, the water has immensely evaporated. Now, you've still got a little bit left in there to simmer. So what I'm going to do is reduce the heat down quite a bit until the rice gets cooked. And once it's done, I will show you. Right, so on the pilau, what I've done is I've just added in on top just a tissue, and I haven't wet this or nothing. So if you feel you've got too much moisture on your rice, then definitely put a dry cloth on. If your rice is slightly undercooked, then what I would say is get a damp cloth and keep it on top. So if I just take this off, put to one side, and let's just have a little bit of a look. And that's nice and perfect. I'm going to give this a couple of more minutes. Right guys, so there we go, chicken pilau is all done. So I've placed it on here, and I've accompanied it with a side with the yogurt with some spices, and next to it I've just teamed it up with some fresh cut salad. So there we go guys, I really hope you enjoyed my chicken pilau video. So please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Until next time, take care, thanks for watching, bye.